I'm late. I'm so late. Oh wait, hold on. No, I'm so late that hold on. I don't have my camera on yet. Give me 1 second. That's how badly late I am. Yes, guys, I apologize. So, I woke up like an hour 20 minutes ago, and then my brother I asked it's oh god, it's like the relationship status. It's complicated. So, I woke up and I asked my brother, good morning, Zay. Good morning, Lebra. It's Guardian Zay the Forest Halfling. I should probably say this. Hello, Count. Hello, Flygon. Hello, Derp. Welcome back, Flygon, actually. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Hello, Muhammad. Hello, Zeus. Hello, Shivi. Hello, Fishy Fish. Hello, Quaid the Awesome. Quaid or Quad? Hello, Robo. Brodo. Yeah, so my brother, I asked him, I was like, do you have any plans for dinner? He's like, nah. So I was like, okay. So I decided to start making dinner myself, which was delicious noodles and a sandwich. And then he's all like, so do you want to get anything out to eat? And I was like, sure. And then he's like, I'm thinking Arby's. So I had to get Arby's for him real quick. Yeah, that's the reason why. And I got myself a, what the hell is this thing again? It's a mint chocolate shake with Andy's chocolate mints. I've said it before that I'm not a fan of, I said it on Twitter that I'm not a fan of like chocolate mint desserts much, but Andy's is awesome. I love Andy's. Why am I in? There we go. What do you mean you haven't seen me in a while? I was in chat for like half of the AoE stream. Oh, sorry, Flag. It's hard to focus on the AoE on the stream when I'm playing AoE or Library of Ruina. You guys know this. It takes a lot of work. When I was done with the AoE collab, I was fried. My brain was burnt because it's a strategy game. So we're gonna get my book out and hold on. I was supposed to do this before the stream started, but I guess I'm just gonna have to do it now. Let me see if I can make some magic happen real fast. Let's see. How's everybody been doing today, by the way? It's pretty late in the day compared to what I usually stream. I might be streaming later on like this. I apologize so much for my Russian fans like Tovarich. Also, if Zay is a halfling, does that mean his bro is a half brother? He's a full brother. Don't you do this to him. Oh, also, I was wondering, can you guys actually recommend me some music? Because I have a feeling this music we're listening to right now, Super Mario Galaxy's Observatory music, is not going to fit. It's not going to fit with this. I know that much. I'm trying to think like, what would be some good music? What would be some good music to listen to while we're reading Distortion Detective? I'm sitting at 120 in England waiting for you to go live. Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate that. Ominous lore music. Should I just have 8 o'clock circus on repeat? Oh, just 8 o'clock circus just constantly. Wait, no, wait, hold on. That's the that's the intermission for Monty Python. That's not that's not 8 o'clock circus. That one Library of Ruina OST. Oh, you know what? Maybe just the floor music. Actually, like HOD story music. Maybe I could just do that. Red Mist EGO music or Azaluth. Oh, Red Mist EGO music might be a little too much. BGM 2, no, that's a little too hype. It has to be like, it has to be a cozy aesthetic, basically. Floor music would work well. Exactly, that's what I was thinking, actually. Freaking Ace sang theme 2. Why Fishy Fish and Ace sang theme 2? Get some Nor music going, Zay. That's actually a good one. Let's see. Just do it like this real fast. It's gonna put it like this. Whoa. See. So this is what I was planning to do actually. So I feel like with this, it might make it easier for you guys to maybe read along with me. Let's see. Just maybe just, if not just a little bit, I feel like it would actually help out. Let's go and put it right here. And then we are going to go ahead and not dox myself. Thank you. Gonna put it right here. I would think I'd have to make myself tinier if I were to do this though. You know, the format that they're doing this in actually just makes me think of that Korean ghost story that I read before. It's terrifying as all hell. No dark mode? Is there a dark mode? Wait, what? There's a dark mode for this website? Really? Where? Play from a place of love? I don't think I could do that one. Stick with Kirby's epic yarn, please. No, this is not going to. This is a playlist. It's just it's cozy, like it's cozy happy music. It's cozy happy music, Nintendo music, basically. That's what this playlist is. Post type has a dark mode? Yeah, apparently it does. Somebody's saying that there's a dark mode for this. I didn't know that either. Let me go ahead and add a quick filter real fast. Oh my god. Let's see. I was going to make it like this just a little bit. There you go. Then I'll just go ahead and start scrolling just a little bit. And yeah, there you go. See? Look. We're going to go ahead and just do it like this though. So you guys got the full letters right above my head. Should I make myself smaller maybe? Should I make myself smaller? So that you guys can actually read the background just a little bit more. Is that too transparent for you guys? Should I make it a little bit more untransparent? Should I increase the contrast? Oh, sweet Jesus. Ooh, that's actually really nice looking. Ooh. It actually made it darker. I just made a dark mode myself. What kind of vibe are you even going for? I have no idea. Hide that internet history. Nobody needs to know your secret. Oh, trust me, I'm hiding my power level to the best of my ability. Let's see. Why did I actually search up 8 o'clock circus? That was never going to be a possibility. Music list. What was it? Hod Story OST. No, not God Story. Hod Story. Thank you. Wait, extended. Not the 34. This actually might be a problem. I don't think I could actually do this because this is a 34-second loop basically, and it lasts for like 30 minutes. So, play some dark synthwave music. Are we just doing Blade Runner now? Oswald music? No, we were recommending 8 o'clock circus, but no. Why are you the onceler in the thumbnail? The onceler? It's supposed to be a reference to I don't know. It's supposed to be some. Was it Benedict Cumberbatch? I think that's Benedict Cumberbatch. It's supposed to be a reference to some story, some movie that Benedict Cumberbatch did. If you can't floor literature, do the next best thing. DDLC music. Doki Doki Literature Club. I have actually never watched any Doki Doki Literature Club or any of that, and I already know I know the plot through osmosis, basically. I'm gonna make myself smaller. Whoop. Hello, everybody. I'm gonna be so like into the book. Cucumber sack. Benedict cucumber sack. Really? Let me fix this just a little. Gosh, I was supposed to do all this before the stream started, but yeah, brother was like, yeah, get food. I think it was a Sherlock reference, my dude. Was it? I'm so. I did. Oh yeah, that's right. He did play Sherlock, didn't he? Again, guys, music, please. Anybody got some recommendations? Like some really good. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Detective music OST. 41 minutes of spy music is. Does that work? No, not detective. LA Noir OST. Wait, no, not LA Noir. What is this type? What is this aesthetic? Kind of music do you need, Tim? I don't know. What is that LA Noir type of music called? It's like this. It's like kind of like this. Shut up. Kind of like this, sort of. Yeah, like this type of music. Yeah. Oh my god, I love Godot's music. Phoenix Wright Jazz. Gakuten meets Jazz Soul. Wait, is this a jazz remake of like all the Phoenix Wright music? Oh my god, it is. That's pretty sick, actually. That's jazz, bro. But like, it's not. You want detective music, Professor Layton music. You know what? When I was watching Capo's stream, when she was streaming Professor Layton, that music was actually, I was actually into that. I was so into that music. Professor Layton music to sleep study too. Isn't this from Mario Party Advance? No, that was from Phoenix Wright. Okay, so can you guys read that what's behind me? Like what little you can read? Or is it too Can you guys read that behind? Yes, you can. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we are actually going to start. We are officially starting the reading of Distortion Detective. The only thing I know is that it's basically two thoughts searching for what's going on with distortions and why it's happening. That's basically all I know. One of them is Bina 2.0 and one of them is Olga 2.0. Well, actually no, would Olga be 2.0 actually, because this came out first. This came out before Library of Ruina, didn't it? Okay. Let's go ahead and begin though. We're like 14 minutes in. We haven't read a single thing yet, so maybe move your head down right a bit if you want us to be able to read more. That's a good idea actually. Hold on. Ooh, let's go ahead and just slide to the left. Bang. Olga 0.9. I think she's cute though. They're both cute. I like Olga and I like whoever this character is already. I kind of seen their personalities a little bit via pictures and fan art and stuff. Okay, so here we go. Let's begin. Let's see. Get a little bit closer, you guys. I can see the distortion, and the distortion can occur to anyone. Who am I right now? What's this first person's perspective about? I don't exactly know who coined the term distortion for the phenomenon, but people just started calling it that at some point. No one knows how it works, but the experience so far suggests that this phenomenon is a manifestation of strong emotional desires and explosive surges of feelings. The pianist, which wreaked havoc on District 9, is known as one of the most notable cases of the distortion. Not many are well aware that smaller cases of the distortion are happening here and there across the city even now. A person turning into a fish and another one's eye being dyed with the hues of the sky are two such examples. As far as I know, all narration is by the same character. I'm assuming I'm Bina 2.0. The distortion appears to me as visual distortions in a literal sense. Although I can see them, they aren't tangible. In the case of the person whose upper body gradually turned into that of a fish, I could clearly observe scales growing on their body, yet when I touch their skin, I can only feel the soft sensation of a normal human's skin. Hearing this much, one might think the distortion is merely an illusion. Well, that would mean I'm simply delusional and suffering from hallucinations. However, I've taken up this job because that is not the case. Please don't use your Beano voice for this though. I was honestly not going to, trust me. I wasn't planning to. Read all of the book in Beano voice. I really wish I had redeem points because so that way like 1,000 redeem points would be like Beano voice for like 2 minutes. I'm chasing after the distortion. It's secretive, explicit, and it proceeds slowly. For example, the fifth person I mentioned earlier, who was dubbed the merfolk, underwent gradual changes such as having their eyes protrude, gills appear, and scales grow out of their skin. When their upper body almost completely morphed into the form of a fish, the change physically manifested in a moment's notice. Only then could others see that what had become of the merfolk, and physically feel the fishy features of their body. The merfolk, case number 5, was originally a villager in District 19's fishing hamlet who was subject to constant abuse. It seemed that they spent most of their time staring into the Great Lake, yearning to escape from their current life. My conclusion is that they desired to be free from their agonies and saw the lake as a getaway, and that strong longing for water ultimately distorted them into the merfolk. Of course, there are many other complicated factors involved, but I'll only omit the details since the merfolk is not the main subject of my story. Wait, hold on, there's a lake? I was expecting this, I was expecting the city to be just completely empty and devoid of all nature. Oh, whoops, sorry guys. I moved you away somewhere. $500 donation for full B-nut? No. No. My work is to look out for cases of the distortion and prevent them. In fact, the progress of the distortion varies for each person. Ever since I gained this ability to see omens of the distortion with my eyes, I cannot see a single person who is not distorted in one way or another? Really? That is awesome! Yo, that's cool! It's like the Mystic Eyes of Death perception from Tsukihime. The most impressive thing about the city is that there's a huge empty space inside it. I was surprised too. Really? Wow. Nobody bothers to go there? Well, I guess that makes sense because you want to be like protective by the wings and stuff. Being alone in the middle of nowhere seems like kind of dangerous. Once again, I don't have a deeper understanding of the phenomenon or anything. I simply started seeing it one day and could notice it earlier than others. Since I can see the signs in advance, I do my best to warn people to take preventative measures before it manifests. That is my job. I was hired by a firm that had lost several of its staff to the so-called Ascension incident and sought out the employees whose eyes were filled with the sky's colors. The firm advised them to wear sunglasses. The idea to give them sunglasses so that they couldn't keep the scenery of the sky in their eyes was so outlandish, it made me chuckle. The sky no longer being blue for them didn't have much positive impact on their boring lives, but at least they didn't evaporate anymore. What? What? Wait, hold on, your eyes turn sky colored, then you Thanos snap? Really? I was about to say, having your eye color change to like sky color sounds pretty cool, not gonna lie, but then you just rip. Become one with the air. Let go of all your earthly tethers, become air. The people who used to look up at the sky started looking down instead. Perhaps they still wanted to get closer to the sky by going up to the rooftop, or maybe they were just one of the many who chose to jump to death. The city isn't too interested in what happens after a case has been solved. All they need to know is that the deaths were understandable or not. I'm not a charity worker, so I don't bother looking into cases of the distortion I wasn't asked to investigate either. Case number 13, Balloon People. This case was rather explosive. I titled this case Balloon People because people's heads quite literally expanded like balloons until they went pop. This cold explosion could cover everything within a 10-meter radius with blood and blow to pieces everyone in its range as well. A company in O-Corp's Nest finally asked for my help after suffering 5 instances of those balloon people. After some investigation, I found out that all occurrences in the distortion had one thing in common. They all worked in the service industry. To interpret a distortion, you need to combine multiple pieces of evidence. This process consists of 4 steps: cause, explanation, understanding, and acknowledgement. First, investigate the possible causes of the distortion and construct a clear explanation that covers the causal relationship in a convincing manner. Then make the subject understand why they are going through the distortion and have them acknowledge that they could fully distort at this rate. If all of these steps succeed, the case is closed. The distortion is considered solved if the subject regresses to a form that looks human enough to me. Those who became the balloon people used to work in an emotionally intense field such as delivery carers, nurses, and call center clerks. Particularly, call center clerks had the largest average explosion radius of 16 meters. Some inquiries revealed that another company had subcontracted all customer service calls to one call center. The clerk's job was to record the claims from clients and send those records to that company. The problem lay in this process. The call center clerks lacked any expertise in the subject of those complaints, yet they had to endure heaps of insults from their clients, even though there was no use lashing out at them. The clerks were treated like emotional garbage cans, hearing all kinds of abusive language and even threats from clients. Wasn't there like some kind of super sour candy ad that had people's heads turned into balloons? Yeah, those are airheads. They're out of control. Yeah, those are airheads. How many chapters are you going to read, or is that unknown so far? That is actually unknown. I don't know how long these chapters are, so I was probably gonna go for like at tops 2 hours, but if the chapters are really this short and there's only like 30, I might do 2 or 3 a night, basically. Yeah, I might do 2 or 3 every single time I do Distortion Detective readings. I'm definitely gonna do another chapter after this though, because this just seems to it tries to get you into the setting of Distortion Detective and what this person's supposed to do. I still have no idea who I am. I feel like I'm Bina 2.0 maybe. There's a guy that I saw that's also like a part of this. There's a trio apparently, which maybe the guy is a part of it, and that might be me. Who knows? I'll figure out though. We'll find out. Service workers are compelled to put on a smile and a cheery voice while being a punching bag for others, having no way to vent out their own distress. Such stress would naturally accumulate over time. This resulted in their heads inflating like balloons, all the while they maintained a facade of serenity. They'd end up exploding once their stress reached a breaking point. From that point, my work is simple. I made a list of clerks whose heads appeared inflated to me and sent that to the company. Those clerks then lost their jobs. The company didn't bother investing any time or effort into shrinking their heads. My work often ends before I can enter the stages of understanding and acknowledgement. Simply interpreting the distortion doesn't resolve the fundamental issues. The stress is bound to explode in one way or another. However, such matters didn't concern my clients much. All they cared about was maintaining this abnormal status quo and evading responsibility for the distortion, not the cause behind it. I suppose the same could be said of me. I can't help but keep thinking that we are all missing something important. I believe I'll be chasing after the distortion for a while, as every single thing appears distorted to my eyes. Right now I'm looking into a mirror. To my eyes, I'm the only one who doesn't appear distorted. In a world full of distorted people, could the one person who remains unchanged be the distorted one? As I look at all the distorted people, the distorted streets in this distorted city, I come to think that maybe the whole world is distorted. I can't fathom what would happen once the distortion of this world continues and reaches a critical point. Until then, I'll stay ever vigilant for the distortion. I am the Distortion Detective. Oh god. I need to get water actually. I have this chocolate mint shake and it's not helping me right now in terms of reading. So judging by the picture, it definitely seems like this is a first person story. And we are definitely Bina 2.0. I have no idea what my name is right now. I'll be right back though. I need to grab some water just real fast, okay? I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hello, everybody. Say hi to your boy. I don't want a dry halfling. Yeah, don't worry. Water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water. We already had the title drop at the end of the last chapter. Well, yeah, it's a good way to show you guys what is actually happening. Okay, so let's do this. Chapter 2, Self-Contradiction. Let's see. Okay. You idiot. I quietly murmured, grinding my teeth. Urza had done it again. I told her numerous times not to ask sensitive questions to the subject of the distortion. Ezra? Oh, it's Ezra, not Urza. Ezra then whispered to me, Detective, what do we do? Sorry, Chief. My niece isn't very streetwise yet, you see? Oh, you lovely young sprout. What do you mean with detective? Are you seeing stuff again? Poor little thing. So you were just a couple of nut jobs. If you disrupt my business with bollocks again, I'm gonna call security. Bollocks? What? Bollocks? Bollocks. The master chef yelled, although this restaurant was too small and shabby for such luxurious titles. Yes, I'll teach my little gal here to behave. Are you insane? Did you really have to say out loud, wow, the food here is just as disgusting as the sanitation? Who taught you to cook in a small restaurant that's not seeing too many guests? But it really did taste horrible. Okay, okay, I get what's happening now. You think we're here to enjoy the food? You're supposed to carefully look around for clues. Just cram the food in your mouth before the chef finds it suspicious. This food has got to be the cause of the disappearance. But the revolting taste drove them crazy and made them wander off. I'm cutting your salary. What? By 25%. Detective, please. Wait, I just realized Ezra's slowly turning into Otacon. I took a pipe out of my inner coat pocket. The case may be stuck for the moment, but it should end well somehow. With such optimism, I started smoking. I'm a fixer from District 14, a decently experienced grade 5, currently working for 7, the association specializing in intelligence and investigation operations. I solve mysteries for a living, though most of these unsolved cases are about the distortion anyway. The city still seems to be mostly clueless about the distortion. I simply jumped into this budding niche earlier than others thanks to my cursed talent, seeing people's distortions. So, what did the chef look like to you, detective? The lower half of their body was that of a snake, and hands were attached on its tail. It had about 7 tails if I remember correctly. What about their upper body? Was it human? Yep, I could see a human in a filthy chef's uniform. Does that mean the distortion has progressed about half? Maybe it'll manifest in a week or so. It could very well happen tonight, judging from the circumstances. The mouth on one of the tails were salivating and twitching quite intensely. Anyway, we're dealing with a reptilian, right? Let's see. A Stigma workshop product should work. You always pick expensive gadgets. The pattern of the distortion has been changing lately. The manifestations are getting faster. No, to be precise, the distortion has started to manifest even while people are unconscious. That's right, their bodies distort in their sleep. This seems to happen with the people who are half distorted from what I can see. A sloppy monster can only cause sloppy trouble. That is just a straight up line from a Dick Tracy show. Or another detective show. A sloppy monster can only cause sloppy trouble. It's so silly. Be honest, Zay, did you remember that the 7 Association specialized in investigations? No, of course not. I'm very forgetful. This is so good, it's making me distort. Manager, I'm distorting! Angela! The Zoe Association gave my office a request. People have been disappearing at night inside a certain hotel in the area, and the association has been safeguarding. Recording was forbidden in the back streets of District 14, so there's no video footage available. The hotel only has 2 entrances, the main gate and the back door through the kitchen. None of the missing guests were seen leaving through the main gate. The hotel wasn't assaulted by a syndicate either, which was obvious considering that the Zwei were in charge of that area. Yeah, I love the Zwei. I love the Zweis. They're so cool. They're so cool. They're awesome. God, I love this. This world is so cool. Detective, maybe something's really up with the kitchen? Its chef was the most distorted person around, so it's plausible. The sun sets and night falls. We infiltrated the hotel restaurant. The ferry I spent. What? What? Isn't that what Bina does? Has ever heard of a crossover called Super Hulock? No. What? We're all ensemble now, let's go. The ferry I spent a fortune on enters the keyhole and opens the door for us. Sometimes singularities feel much more like monsters than the half-baked creatures born from the distortion. Wow, are they having a party or something? What are they eating? Under a red... Oh no. I actually have seen this picture before. You guys will see it in just a second. Yo, look at those dummy thick butts. Under a red light, skinless hunks of flesh were sitting around a table, eating something. The only dish on the table was something that looked like a large leather sack. They each grabbed something from the sack and eat it. The putrid smell stings my nose. My mind falters for a moment. Look at this. Oh my lordy. Yeah. Yeah, I remember actually seeing this picture before, so. Barry is a conceptual lockpick. Bina basically has free access to it as an arbiter, I think. Yeah, I'm really curious. I want some more information about Bina's abilities and stuff. It's crazy. Because it seems as though the A Corp, or the head of the wings, has the power to stop abnormalities. And EGOs are supposed to be considered some of the most powerful equipments in the world. But if A Corp can still handle EGO gear and abnormalities, it just makes you wonder, what the hell is it that Bina can use? And what is it that A can do? Or the head. How's everything going? It's going great. I'm actually really loving this story, actually. It's, this is pretty good. My main problem that I don't like is that these chapters are kind of short, and there's only like 30 something of them. Turn around. Do not look at the thing they're eating. Don't breathe. This is driving me mad, detective. But it looks so cozy in there. It looks like a bedroll. You'll be eaten and turned into manure once you get in that bedroll. Ezra was completely entranced. I smacked her in the chest as quietly as I could. I gave Ezra a handkerchief so she could cover her nose. Keep it tight. We're heading to the kitchen now. Leaving behind the feast, we crawled toward the kitchen. A long line of people waited in front of it. Those are the people reported to be missing. They enter the kitchen one by one, and then human-shaped flesh hunks walk out, each carrying a leather sack. They bring it to their table and eat from it. The food that bewitches people, huh? Oh, the food that bewitches people, huh? What could they be eating, detective? It's time to find out. Get ready, assistant. Ezra took a Stigma workshop sword out of her bag. I pulled out my smoking pipe. The door leading to the kitchen is wide open. People lining up for their sack pay no attention to us. They're simply mumbling to themselves. We proceed slowly. We're going in. I can hear the sound of the kitchen where at work. The chef is busy cooking something, holding multiple cooking utensils with the hands that are on their tails. What could they be cooking? What are they feeding those people with? Detective, people are bowing to the chef to show their heads. The chef is splitting them open and taking something out. It doesn't look like a brain. What? So just rip head open, head empty, filled with weird distortion thing. They aren't extracting the brain itself. They're pulling something out of it. Could it be thoughts? How's that possible? That's what the distortion is all about. Unseeable things are materialized. That means they're giving away their thoughts to the chef, so the chef can cook them, and the chef also peels their skin to use as the sack. That's pretty wicked. Wicked. My eyes met the chef's gaze. Hey, you're the insane bunch I saw earlier today. If you want to eat, then line up. The taste's gonna be nothing like the stuff you ate before. What are you feeding these people? I'm giving them what they want. I cook thoughts. People these days don't even know what they're thinking, so they need someone else to cook those thoughts up and feed them. You've already killed people. The case of the distortion that is capable of murder would be, according to the standards of our office setup, a risk level 3 distortion. Kill? They aren't dead. They're having a feast, don't you see? Ordinary food isn't enough to make people happy anymore. You gotta know who you are and what kind of world you're living in to truly savor the flavor. This is almost like a cheap urban myth. You've gone too far. Detective, the fleshing things in the restaurant all came in here. You just haven't tried it yet. I'll show you how your thoughts taste. Ezra, take them down. Stigma Workshop's sword emits an orange glow. The wire on its blade heats up. Each time Ezra swings the sword, one of the hunks of flesh falls to the floor. The heated wire leaves beautiful symbols through the sections it slices, a trademark feature of Stigma Workshop's products. The smell of burnt meat soon fills the kitchen. Ooh. He class distortion then? This definitely could sound like a he class. It doesn't sound like something as crazy as a wah. He might actually be a little too high, actually. In fact, abnormalities seem to be pretty strong compared to distortions. So it probably could be a Teth, maybe. A sentient case of the distortion that willingly harms others is ultimately subjected to termination. We sometimes encounter distortions that we can't take down on our own, but most of them can still be dealt with in some manner. This kind is especially simple. Have you tried your own cooking then? Self-contradiction. Distortions that damage others while claiming to care for them are bound to face irony. So you're feeding others with a dish that you haven't even tried yourself? What makes you so confident in its taste, My cooking has to be tasty. All the customers looked sad and sulky even when I served them with the most delicious food before. It's because they didn't think for themselves. You can tell if the food is tasty just from a person's face. Someone who doesn't try their own cooking isn't a real chef. Fine, I'll eat it. I'll eat my own food. There we go. That's the spirit of a true chef. The chef split open their own head. They put their hand into their brain and pulled out something glowy. As soon as the chef was done taking all the thoughts out, they collapsed onto the floor. Just like that, the chef passed away before they could taste their own thoughts. Detective, I took care of them all. I'm done with my share too. Should we contact the Zwei Association now? Yeah, just write up a short report. They won't believe all this fuss about cooking thoughts anyways. I'll go get some sleep. Got it. Good morning, Detective Moses. You're a bit later than usual today, huh? Yeah, the line at Ham Ham Pan Pan was long today. Yeah, Ham Ham Pan Pan! Guess everyone wants to check it out since it's the first to open in the north of the city. Ah, Ham Ham Pan Pan. Did you get some for me too? Wait, what is this, lol? Hi, Shooting. It's Distortion Detective. Basically, that series that I love so much. They made a light novel for it, and it's pretty much people are turning into crazy monsters, like supernatural monsters, practically yokais. And this person can see somebody in the process of transforming into one, and they're trying to stop them before it happens, or either that taking them out. Yeah, I got one for you just in case. You like mustard, right? Oh yeah, also it's starring Moses, the person who can see the distortions, and Ezra, her big Amazon friend, who is apparently the brute strength of the duo. Mustard flavor's great. The Zweis just sent us the reward just now. That quick? It only took them a day. I bet they scamped the paperwork. Anyway, to sum up this case, it was about an unappreciated cook who wanted to bring joy to the people in their own twisted way. It was a crude story. We've had to deal with the distortion on our own a lot more often these days, now that I think about it. Why are the Wings and the other associations so passive about it? Monsters are actually appearing! Because none of them were noteworthy enough to even be an urban plague. Well, the pianist being the sole exception. Shinrin, or for those who do not know, I'm pretty sure a lot of you do know, the pianist was essentially someone who distorted into basically a dude who was just on a piano. And his music was able to turn people into chords. He basically he was able to hit or transform people into chords or like music notes. And his area of effect essentially was so massive that he took down city blocks with his music. Like, what was it? Hundreds of thousands of people died because of it. I forget how many people the pianist took out. He took out a lot of people though. So far in terms of distortions, the pianist was definitely the most dangerous one. He was, however, pretty weak. It's just more so he got the jump on everybody. The first public distortion, 300,000, 80,000. Yeah, basically the entire nest. Yeah, it was pretty bad. High tier Wa or low tier Aleph. Yeah, I remember that. It's read like TSY, not Zwei. Oh, Schwy? Swy? Swy, not Zwei? Zwei? Ah, but Zwei sounds so much cooler. Just like Gyro and Nero. The massive AoE, yeah. Pretty brutal. Still, shouldn't someone do something about this? It's like a ticking time bomb. I bet a lot more people died to syndicates than to the distortions. By the way, you're not actually gonna cut my it's Ezra. By the way, you're not actually gonna cut my salary, are you? The stupid chef's food really was the cause. Psh, try to use that good memory for something better. I can hear you. What the next chapter holds. This room is breathing. I can feel its respiration, its beat. No one knows how many people this room has devoured. A dying elderly person stands before me. A lonely old person whose breath is fainter than the room's. Forgotten by others, this aged person is brought in and taken in people. As the doddering one faded from everyone's memories, so too did the people they took in. Crying Children later is the one that targeted a nest. Oh, that is true. Yeah, Crying Children actually... Yeah, it did transform into the statue thing that was like just fire, just pure fire. Let's see. So that was wow, so that was actually a really old one. That was only chapter 2, and that's the only thing that that's pretty much the only other picture that I've seen of Distortion Detective, pretty much. Pianist was Urban Nightmare. I don't really know what its ranking was in terms of lore, but I remember them saying, or I remember Project Moon saying that Pianist was a WA when we're relating it to Lobotomy Corporation. You will know how to pronounce it when you listen to Rammstein's Son. I do listen to Rammstein. I haven't listened to Rammstein in a while though. Which one is Son? Isn't that the Snow White music video? I remember the pianist was man the piano, but then started having the breakdown and hitting the head against its arms and started to grow, literally hitting head against wall till you make it. The Crying Children's attack is considered worse than the pianist because it specifically attacked a nest, which is supposedly a safe haven. Ah, I see. Yeah, that does make sense. They did have the prescripts were the ones that took it out, I believe, right? But then Blue Reverb came out. It's like, yo, I'm yoinking this guy. See you later. Imagine something like Silent Orchestra getting out. I wonder if Silent Orchestra's AoE is actually bigger. I could definitely see it being a lot bigger. It's Aleph tier, but just because it's a higher tier than the pianist doesn't mean that it has a bigger AoE. Like, it could be a lot more powerful, but I feel like it probably does have a way bigger AoE than the pianist. But the pianist almost took out a whole district. Again, I think it's mainly the fact that the pianist, he's insanely weak. He's a glass cannon basically. Huge AoE, and it's just that he took everyone by surprise. Crying Children, however, not only went for more valuable targets, because let's be honest, the back streets no one gives a crap of. He went for a nest, and he's probably harder to take down compared to the pianist. Silent Orchestra is also much more tougher. Yes, that is true. He's definitely way more tankier than the pianist, easily. Didn't Roland one-shot the pianist? Yeah, pretty much. Pianist just went down like a bitch, basically. It's just he got the surprise attack on everybody. And L Corp All Abnormalities was more weaker because Clyfoth encountered. That is true too, yeah. But even then, the head can still take them on. That's ridiculous. The head can still actually take on abnormalities. It said in Ending C, I believe, that the head can still manage to take on the entirety of the L Corp breaching. And if you look in the background, you can see all sorts of things being breached, like even White Knight and stuff. The head is a powerhouse. Like, all I could think of is mitochondria when I read that. Damn it. Was it Ending B actually, not Ending C? He was titled the Black Silence because he killed the pianist. Was that when he got the colored fixer name? To be honest, he actually doesn't really seem to be that strong of a colored fixer compared to the other colored fixers. No, was he? Okay, I figured I knew it was Ending C. Yeah, Roland honestly seems to be one of the weaker of the colored bros. Who was the Black Silence before that? He got it before that, I believe. Yeah, I believe actually, yeah, I think, wasn't he talking to Nutsack when he said that the Black Silence took out the pianist? Yeah. Black Silence killed it, yeah. Alright, let me go ahead and get a little bit more of something to drink real fast before we go to the next chapter. I mean, his key page is way stronger than Argalia's. I'm not too sure about that one. Again, one of the main reasons why you can't really say it's the fact that Roland beats Argalia, because it's because we get to decide how clashes occur. Like, say if the roles were swapped and we took the role of Argalia, I'm pretty sure we could beat Roland with Argalia easily. I would say one of the issues is probably Furioso, though, especially because you can't really take Furioso into consideration. It is obviously supposed to be a hard counter to Argalia's final move. So remember what Argalia said? What happened to your super strength? You expect me to remember stuff? I told you, I'm very forgetful. Roland was like 200% mad though. But canonically he wins. Yes, he does. Which chapter are you on? I just got here. I'm on chapter 3, the photographer, apparently. It was in their fight? Mate, I don't remember much. I'm not good at remembering stuff. I've said this before. Can Argalia control vibrations, like forcing your organ to fail just with the vibration of sounds? I don't think we really got good details about what Blue Reverb's specialty move is. We just know the name of it, and we don't really know how specifically it works. Don't forget Roland got his original bod destroyed in the beginning. Are you saying that since his body got regenerated by Angela, that his new replaced body is not as strong? Roland lost his limbs and got them replaced at the start, so maybe he lost his augmentations there. Yeah, I can see that. Wait, Zay, do you have dementia? Maybe. Yes, he lost his super limbs. Is that how that works? Okay. We get one more drink real fast and then we'll continue. A detective office for unsolved cases, located in a 3-story building somewhere in the streets of District 14. It's a mystery how people manage to find their ways to my humble office. There's rumors of a haunted alleyway. People who pass by it disappear. How do they disappear exactly? Ezra asked curiously. No one knows who disappeared or how. All we know is that someone disappeared somehow. Then it's either a memory manipulator or a reality warper. But detective, I thought reality warpers only existed in your theories. This might as well be our opportunity to see one for the first time. What's this all about? It's just our jargon. Where did they go missing, by the way? Ezra changed the topic before the client could ask further. Oh, there's a third person. It's somewhere around the plaza of Cherished Hopes. I kinda wish I knew who the hell was talking. It's not too far from here. How did you know that people went missing? Used vehicles and objects were found abandoned in the street, like bicycles and cars. And most of all, the furniture in my attic was assorted as if someone had been living there until today. That means one of our family members has disappeared. Huh? But there's only 3 people in my family, and they're all fine. Me, my husband, and my child. We'll see if we investigate it. What if there really was another family member I've forgotten, like you said? And if they're dead, the culprit should be killed. That's rather stern. Well then, we should start discussing the request fee. Ezra's eyes sparkled as she spoke. I left the financial management of our office to her. She has enough wits to figure out how serious or tough a request will be, so I could trust her to lead negotiations like this. I headed out to the terrace while Ezra and the client were busy bargaining. I smoked from my pipe, feeling the acrid breeze of the back streets. Acrid? Acrid, I'm pretty sure. Still, this air is much clearer compared to the messy atmosphere during the smoke war. Distorted creatures walk the streets as always. Wondering how long I'll be doing this, I puff tobacco smoke. Detective, I'm done writing the contract. The client went back to her home. Plaza of Cherished Hopes, was it? Get ready. Yes, Chief. Did I bring the usual gadgets? Ezra asked as she stuffed equipment into her dimensional bag. Sure. Dimensional bag? She has a bag of holding? I walk along the street with Ezra. The time is 2 p.m. Ta-da! Here we are at the Plaza of Cherished Hopes. What do we do now? Wait till the night falls? This case appears to be a location-type distortion, judging from the client's description. A powerful distortion can affect its surroundings as well, assimilating nearby objects into it. We should look for any distorted buildings. But only you can see those weird buildings, Detective. What can I do? See if there's abandoned bikes around here, maybe. Windows with eyes, apartments floating in the air, doors with teeth, rooms filled with water. There are a lot more distorted buildings than it seems. It'd be quite a sight if they manifest all at once. Now, which building to investigate first? I don't have any specific criteria set in mind. Some deduction and intuition are all it usually takes to figure it out. This one is a case of the distortion that devours people whole. The victims are soon forgotten by others. Why were they attached to the distortion? I need the profiles of the missing people, but if no one knows who disappeared, it'll be difficult to figure out their common traits. So we're dealing with basically a citywide distortion that mainly affects buildings? Wait, what? Distortions can affect non-animate objects? I thought they only dealt with actual people. Or did the person actually just turn into... Did someone distort that much so they can actually do like an entire like city practically? Oh god, no. What is... oh boy. What is happening with the alert box right now? My alert box is going crazy right now, saying that I'm getting a whole bunch of donations right now. Jesus. What is happening with it? There are item abnos though. Ah, that is true. A place can have feelings attached to it maybe? Man, distortions are weird. Donation spree, it's doing the thing again. It's showing a bunch of old donations and they're saying that they happened a minute ago for some reason. I swear. I'm about to jump ship from Streamlabs OBS to regular OBS. Ezra, look for a place around here that provides goods or services for free. What? For free? Does that kind of place even exist? Preferably a place where people who don't have a job would go. And that is why it's easier to figure it out. The distortions of the city are actually rather simple to understand. Ah, there it is. A place called Lemir's Soup Kitchen. Is it sponsored by anyone? Nope, it seems to be run by an individual. Lead me there. People who are destined to be forgotten in the city will naturally be attracted to free meals. Isn't this a photo studio? What? Looks like a worn out tent though? It's a distortion. Does that really look like a photo studio to you, Detective? Mm-hmm. An age studio. So this is the soup kitchen, right? Yep. The description says they give away free meals to children or the elderly who are too poor to afford anything else. Do we use the ferry to enter? Huh? Don't you know how expensive it is to recharge the ferry? This is just an ordinary tent camp. All we gotta do is walk in. I asked because I'm seeing... Oh. Wait, who is talking right now? I'm trying to figure out who the heck is talking between these two right now. I asked because I'm seeing a door sealed with a lock. I don't like how you talk back. I'll be cutting off... Oh, I asked because I'm seeing a door sealed with a lock. I don't like how you talk back. I'll be cutting off your salary. What? I'm just kidding. Aren't you having too much fun with that? It shakes my heart even if it's a joke. Say, should we wait until night? We can interfere with the distortion that's manifested this much already. What are we waiting for then? Hold on, you shouldn't just barge into a closed off section of someone else's mind. I walked up to the door and gently knocked on it. Soon enough, the door was unlocked. Ferry? Bina? Yeah, apparently she rented out a ferry. The same thing that Bina used it. Let's get inside. What did you just do? The entrance opened up on its own. I simply showed courtesy. You told me not to use the ferry or anything, so all I could do was knock on the locked door. A photo studio set up inside a wooden building. The whole building exudes the smell of hardwood. Large frames fill up the walls. Wow, it's much bigger on the inside? Now I see why you said it looked like a photo studio, detective. I guess it's visible to you now. Could the photos on the walls be the missing people? Perhaps. Each frame held a picture of corpses. Various photographs of dead people. One common feature is that they all died indoors. This room is breathing. I can feel its respiration, its beat. No one knows how many people this room has devoured. A dying elderly person stands before me. A lonely old person whose breath is fainter than the room's. Forgotten by others, this aged person has brought and taken in people. As the doddering one faded from everyone's memories, so too did the people they took in. Not a single person knows them. They were here, dying all alone. This is a place of memorial. Person whose head turned into a camera greeted us from behind. The four lenses on their head rotated disorderly, fixing their gaze onto me. It's gaze office. Yikes! Surprised, Ezra fell on the floor. Remember each person in their photograph. I take pictures of them and frame them. Who are you? I'm a photographer. I believe I should be the one who asking who you two are, in fact. This is Moses the Distortion Detective, and I'm the talented sidekick, Ezra. She speaks with confidence, revealing our identity so shamelessly. We're fixers. We actually got a request about recent cases of disappearance. So they do realize that some people have gone missing. What's the point of it all, though? They were already treated like invisible people even before they disappeared. Did you lure them here with free meals to kill them? Oh, did you lure them with free meals to kill them? Ezra questions the person while looking at them with suspicion. No, I didn't. I'm simply remembering the people who are bound to be forgotten, like Mrs. Agnes over there. I'm taking pictures of them so that they can be memorialized in this room. The old person standing before us must be Agnes. She's staring at the pictures hanging on the wall, letting out heavy breaths. There's so many people who die alone. I've realized that as I worked, so I want to remember them. What work, kidnapping people? No, not at all. My work was accompanied by an awful stench. When its neighbors report the smell, I go and retrieve the body. So you're a mortician who usually dealt with people that died lonely deaths. Yes. My work was to look for such bodies in the streets of District 14 and direct funerals for them as part of the welfare plan of ENV's nest. I've arranged funerals for 253 people, and not a single mourner showed up at all of them. I decided to take one last photograph of the dead before I retrieved their bodies, so that I at least could remember them. So you weren't running the soup kitchen from the beginning? I got fired. ENV's nest said they don't need a useless undertaker like me. Funerals are for the living, after all. I'd meet the same fate since I don't have anyone to remember me. For a life to be meaningful, the memories have to be passed on somehow. So we decided to remember each other, remember that we existed and lived in the city. You're distorted. What you've been doing is kidnapping people come into your tent for free meals, nothing more. You aren't one to decide whether they all die alone or not. But it's obvious. It's so apparent that they'll all die in their own rooms, abandoned and forgotten by all. We'll remember each other and will be forgotten in peace. We have the right to not be neglected by everyone so ruthlessly. And rob the people who still do remember them of their memories? You just kidnapped people who were in the same shoes as you, because you yourself were afraid of being forgotten. You took away their chances to be remembered. This reminded me, was Nemo a distortion or just augmented? Nemo? Nemo was just augmented. It was just a TV box. It was a box head. The lenses on their heads started rotating all of a sudden. I dodged to the side as soon as I heard the sound of something starting to run. Snap! I fell on my knees and faltered on the floor. My whole body feels numb, and sharp pain strikes my head. Detective! It's like that one thing from Evil Within. Stay away from the lens. Don't let it take a full picture of you. The sounds of the lens rotating in the film being reloaded can be heard. When it takes a photo of someone, it draws out something from that person. I feel a acute twinge all over my body, as if numerous spikes were stabbing me. I remember a few that inflicted this kind of pain. Ezra, I'm putting up a smoke screen. Yes, Chief? I took out the smoke pipe from my coat and blew it out as hard as possible. Yo! We're getting smokestacks. Pshh! The smoke covers the whole room. Snap. 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 The camera flash goes off in random directions with each snap. Detective, what are we gonna do now? The type that shouldn't be allowed to see. I mustn't let it contain us in its sight. What's in your bag today? The usual: Stigma workshop sword, Alice workshop gloves, quarry gloves, Nestor hammer, and throw the quarry gloves at me. Got it. Only Ezra can see me through this thick smoke. A pair of sky blue gloves flew across the room, and I snatched them right away. Gloves seem to be pretty awesome in this world. I put on the gloves and slammed the wall with my hand. The wall begins to freeze over. Yo, chill gloves. Snap, snap. I took a deep breath in through my pipe. The smoke that had filled the room is sucked back into the pipe. A shiny wall of ice reveals itself. Snap. Oh, did it just make it take a picture of itself? The lens flashed, taking a picture of its own reflection on the icy wall. Oh, there it is. Crack. The photographer fell down, crack showing up on its head and lenses. You made others be forgotten because you didn't want to sink into oblivion alone. Perhaps, maybe I was the only one who had completely lost their chance to be remembered after all. How many people have you locked in here? 57. Can you recover them? Yes, I can. Then your life is spared at least. Bring them back now. But he will be there to remember me now. We will. Thank you. The photographer's head returned to normal, only a single eye retaining the shape of a lens. The studio regressed to a tent, now full of people. The distortion was solved. Found the missing family member. He's the one, right? The client doesn't look too happy. Oh yeah, my father's back. No wonder I forgot. Well then, shall we transact the remainder? Ezra counted the money with a smile, while the client and her father headed back looking depressed. Huh. No one would welcome the outcome of this request. They had much preferred to just forget about the people who eventually made it back. They'd murmur to themselves about how they wished those people to disappear forever. Oh wow. Damn. I heard later that 58 people's worth of smoke quietly billowed out of crematoriums in the backstreets of N-Corp's nest one day. And I simply remember, wow, really? Any subscriptions or financial support will be greatly appreciated and allow for some more content. Wait, hold on. Any subscriptions? Wait, no, I think that's Project Moon talking. I thought that was Moses for a second. What the next chapter holds. Greeting, Dr. Moses. It's been a while. An unwelcome guest visited me, an associate fixer in Section 2 of the 7th Southern Branch, and my former assistant, Hee Jun. Their eyes are just as arrogant as I remember. Hee Jun. Is that one of the guys from before? Oh my god, just imagine Moses saying that. Any subscriptions or financial support will be greatly appreciated and allow for more content to be created. Just Moses asking for donations to her office. I'm once again asking for your financial support. Please, Moses, no. Hold up. What was that? Hee Jun? Library of Ruina. Is that somebody we've met before? Doesn't seem like it. Nope. It's hard to search online for Library of Ruina stuff or characters because they don't really pop out much. No. Moses puts up a Patreon. One of the rewards is Ezra's doodles of the distortions they meet. Oh, that'd be adorable. Oh, I could imagine Ezra doing like little child like drawings, like little doodles and stuff. Well, we hit the 1 hour mark. I think I might read one more because I started reading like 15 minutes in. So I think I'll read one more and that'll probably be it. Boy, do I have news for you. What, does she actually do little doodles and stuff? I'd pay for that. Yeah, I honestly would. Actually, I kind of want to do that. I kind of want to make drawings and like drawings that Ezra would do of the distortions they meet. No, read to the end? Nah, that's not going to happen, HD. That sounds like it's going to take a hot minute. So I'm going to go ahead and do chapter 4 and that'll be it for tonight. All the lore and LC stuff is in Korean, Japanese. Yeah. Well, the thing is that Lobotomy Corporation has a really huge Russian fan base, and their Wikipedia for Lobotomy Corporation is actually better than the English one even. It's crazy. No, read more please. Don't worry guys, Distortion Detective will come back. I'm gonna try to hold Fridays for Project Moon stuff, but this coming Friday I'm probably going to do Slay the Spire Library of Ruina mod. And then the next Friday after that I'll do Distortion Detective again. There's way too much for just one stream, yeah. Damn, darn, I wish I could learn Japanese. I mean, there's lots of programs for that. I would recommend learning how to speak it more than reading it, because reading is a whole nother story. That is where most of the time sync comes from, is trying to learn how to read it. Because of the whole kanji situation. So just learning how to speak it is probably it'll be a lot less time and a lot more, it'll be a lot less straining too. Should I use Duolingo? Oh my god. No. Greetings, Dr. Moses. It's been a while. Wait, whoa. Not mock exam. An unwelcome guest visited me. An association fixture in section 2 of the 7 Southern branch, and my former assistant, Hee Jun. Their eyes are just as arrogant as I remember. Must feel good to be playing in the big leagues way above me, doesn't it? Oh no, not at all. Hello, Hee Jun Sunbae. Ezra, you tactless dork. Hope you realize how much they're looking down on us by now. What are you doing here, heading north all the way up here from the south part of the city? It must be a complete mess down here with L Corp collapsing. So this is immediately after L Corp. Sharp as always, Doctor. I'm actually here because of that. What? Look, I'm just too old to get myself involved with the wings. The distortion. You can still see it, right? I would have closed this office otherwise. I wonder how I appear to you then. Snobby prick, always asking questions I'm not comfortable with. Well, your mouth is sewn up, it seems. Perhaps because it's actually going to be zipped up soon enough. I actually can't see their face at all, other than their 2 eyes floating in the air. You haven't changed at all. Don't you need some funds? Do I look like I'm in a financial crisis? Then why else would you be doing work as silly as the Distortion Detective? I see. It's because you still can't forget about what you did back then. You still regret that, don't you? That's enough. Shut up, Jun Seonbae. Oh, that's Ezra. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to figure out who's talking. Ezra grabbed Han Hee-jun by the collar. The uncanny smile in their eyes still wouldn't go away. Let them speak on. Ezra and I were the only ones to survive your rampage that day. You were essentially responsible for our lives, Doctor. Wait, what? Wait, did Moses actually just like body some people? Duolingo's distortion for me wrong. Smoke OP, lad. Smoke is OP. Smoke is still useful. Literally just put one vapor in each deck and you just have a smoke team right then and there. Moses did a roll and let's go. I would love I believe Project Moon did say they want to add DLC to Library of Ruina, or like post story content. So who knows, maybe suddenly Moses and Ezra might end up in the library. What do you want me to do? Bite my tongue? And die? I can't have you die on us so easily. No, you still owe us so much debt. Get to the point. Why did you come all the way here from the south? I want you to head down there for a while. The southern branch is dealing with troubling incidents that are suspected to be cases of the distortion. We need your ability, Doctor. And please stop with your shabby attempts to solve your cases. What we want is the distortion manifesting in its whole. Don't try to restore them. Just leave them be until they fully distort. What, is the 7 into human experiments now? I suppose you could put it that way. I've reserved 2 warp tickets. Departing from N Corp's nest in 2 months. So take the train and visit our associate office once the time comes. Is it a request that directly assigned from the 7 Association? Yes. It's an urban nightmare class. You're free to deny it, of course. You don't care too much about belongings to associations after all. But You might be able to meet a certain person at the end of this request. Leave the tickets here and sod off. I look forward to seeing you, Doctor. June left, once again smirking with her eyes. Ezra, throw some salt out the door or something. We don't have any salt in the office, though. Should I go buy some? You know what? I gotta buy some. I knew this day would come. She wanted to throw salt at him. Fun fact, pretty sure when this was written, we didn't know the truth about warp. Really puts things in perspective. Yeah. They actually, wait, sorry, I knew this day would come. 2020, January, February, March. This is actually a year old now. When I saw chapter 1 was a year old, a little over a year old, it actually blew me away. It's like, wow. Like, post-lobotomy corporation stuff has been out for this long now. We're out of salt! Moses! We're out of salt! Let's go! I love that. That's such a stupid meme, but I love it. The office feels like a devastated war zone after that snob swept by. I keep smoking until the evening, fighting the memories of my past. Ezra, bring me a map of the city. Yes, Chief. But we don't have an officially printed map here. One sec, please. I'll try drawing one up. No. She's passionate in some weird areas. That's what makes her fit to be my assistant. Here, it's done. I made it using Picture Store. You called this a map? Well, this is what this is from? I saw this before in a thread. I saw this map in a thread before, and I actually thought someone from the thread drew this. I thought someone from the thread drew this. I didn't know this was an official drawing for Distortion Detective. Oh, Ezra, you're adorable. Oh my god. Our official map of the city. Oh my god. The only canonical map of the city is this. Wait, is this the Black Forest? Or, oh my god, is this the Black Forest? Is this the Black Forest? What is this, actually? What is this? We live in District 14, which belongs to... Oh, wait, hold on. DD is almost as moe as Wonderlab. This is, in fact, the only map we have. Yeah, I might actually go back to reading Wonderlab. I actually didn't finish it. I stopped... I've probably said that. I've said this plenty of times on stream, I believe. Yeah, I stopped after the Alice in Wonderland arc. So I might go back to Wonderlab. It kind of just died out for me, so who knows? Maybe after Distortion Detective, I'll start going back to Wonderlab. This is why we need an LC lore anime series. It would be honestly a pretty successful one, I think. It definitely has what it needs to be a successful anime. I think they just had to do it right, because even if you have a really good premise, even if you have really good material, you could still screw up. You could have like $700 paint, but if you don't know how to draw, you're not going to be doing it well. Smoke War anime, please. Smoke War would actually be pretty good. I feel like, yeah, that would probably be the best one to do, because we don't really have much details about the Smoke War other than Roland's stories and some other people's stories. DD is the most adaptable for an anime format easily. Well, if you're planning to use one of the pre-made series already, yeah, Distortion Detective does kind of sound like the one that would be easy to make into an anime. Wonderlab is close to finishing, really? Huh. I would love a Wonderlab anime. Yeah. Yeah, Wonderlab anime, yeah. Is Moses running a smoke build? It honestly seems like it. It really does. Okay, let me get a drink of water real fast. We live in District 14, which belongs to ENVcorp's Nest. Taking a warp train is the only feasible way to get to District 11 in K-Corp's Nest. Where's 14? 14's right here. 11's all the way down there. I'm assuming the city is massive then. 14 and 11 are right here, which is not entirely too close to like medium length compared to everything else. So guys, what is this red right here though? Is that, what is this red? What is that? This is obviously the forest. I'm assuming maybe the ruins is like out here. Like past the forest, like maybe around here. The outskirts, that's the outskirts right there. The red. One for each letter. There's 25. I'm assuming maybe 26 is gone now. Not sure what the red is. The dots and sections of the outskirts, I think. Oh, these dots are the outskirts? Oh, okay. So if these are the outskirts then maybe these reds are the ruins. I frankly want nothing to do with the white tie fixers in the south, but at the end of the day, I have no choice but to go. All because I committed an irreversible misdeed. 2 months later, huh? Heejun Sunbei said this was related to L Corp. Then why aren't we just going straight to the District 12 where L Corp used to be? Wait, District 12 was where? This is where L Corp was? Oh, okay. This is putting so much stuff into perspective now. I heard L Corp's nest has already fallen into absolute anarchy. They probably called us to stay in a safe place that's relatively close to it. The warp platform in L Corp's nest likely stopped operating anyways. Detective, are you really gonna drop solving distortions once we get there? Are we just going to kill them? That's not up to me to decide. It'll depend on the severity of the distortion. But what if we ran into a distortion that could be reversed if we tried? We could think about that later. There's still time, so let's do our work as usual for now. Got it. I'll fetch our next request. Oh, really? That's it? Why was 4 so short? 4 was so short! Any subscriptions or financial support will be greatly appreciated and allow for more content to be created. I love how now it's like in bold and it's also in the middle margined. It's also middle margin, so people actually know that Moses isn't just saying this. Oh, what is this? What the next chapter holds. Detective, is this a distortion too? I can't believe this. It seems it's time to update my information on the distortion phenomenon. Keep it together, detective. We gotta run for now. Gosh, I need to learn how to actually enunciate better. Quote by Moses. One more, please? Really? You guys really want one more? 4 was the chapter that gets the overall plot moving. Shunbei is the Korean senpai. Oh, so that's what this guy was. He was senpai, basically. I just find it hilarious. Moses just asking for donations, yeah. Oh, that was great when I got to that part. On 5, they already bought salt. Hell yeah. 5 is pretty long though, then that sounds like it would probably be a good one then, because this is actually pretty short. We'll go ahead and read 5 and then we'll be done for now, okay? Okay, so 5 is mock exam. The exam has begun. Been a week since Han Hee-jun stirred up a storm in my head. There's no point in being ambivalent about going there. I know that I have no other option. What am I agonizing for then? Detective, this request is about a high school. Oh no, the high school plot. Ezra spoke in a cheery tone as usual. A school? Was it requested by its facility, faculty, or the principal? No. This student here is our client. Hello, my name is Meryl. The girl shyly standing behind Ezra introduced herself. One of her legs is composed of numbers. You got my sub. I haven't seen a good dedicated L Corp lore games. A detected? And you're pretty fun to hear and watch and give insight. Oh, thanks, Ember. Welcome. Wait, did you actually oh, that's right. I turned off my alert box because it's acting up right now. Well, welcome to Z Corp. Thank you for becoming a nugget. You lost sub after that Meryl voice? Well, damn. What's your school? I'm not sure if a student from the back streets even has enough money to make a request to our office. Detective, actually, she's a client. I mean, a student from a private high school inside N Corp's nest. A student from a private school in the nest. The allowance these kids regularly get from their parents should be more than enough to pay us. I'm willing to play with those rich kids in their little detective games as long as the request fee is paid. So, what problem does our young client want us to solve? Actually, something strange is happening in our school. An important exam is ahead of us and everyone's on edge preparing for college admissions. 3K soon, we're special. I still need to think about what to do for the special. I'm definitely going to have you guys included in it though. High school students in the nest should aim for universities in the nest as a matter of course. The college scholastic ability test, held in most nests every year. This one exam determines a myriad of things. Getting low scores and going to a college in the back streets won't do you any good. Entering any college in the nest is pretty much the baseline requirement for joining a wing. So the strange events happening in the school must be disturbing your studies, and you want us to resolve it, right? It's not just about my grades. My friends got weird. The whole school is weird. The students and the teachers too. We need you to let us know what kind of strange occurrences are taking place before we can be of any help. They won't go back home at all. The classes won't end. Oh, all of the students? Yes, all of them. What about you? Only I could escape. I was in a classroom when I came to my senses. It was past midnight. A teacher was watching us from the front of the class and all my friends were absorbed in study, solving problems in workbooks. Aren't parents worried about their children not coming back home? Oh, damn it, that was Ezra. Ezra asked, confused by the apparent strangeness. It's son young soon enough. Our school's average scores for the mock test made the top 10 in our nest. The parents must have been okay with however the school treated their kids as long as their grades were improving. How long has this anomaly been going on? The last thing I remember before I lost myself was 2 months ago. It was the day when the school announced that they're making a scholarship class. They said students with the highest grades would be selected. A distortion that has lasted for 2 months. We should go there and see what's going on ourselves. Ezra, we're heading into the nest. Yes, Chief. I'll get the fixer license and the association certificate. I don't really feel like staying in ENVcorp's nest any longer than necessary. A place full of buildings painted in pure white. I'd end up going crazy in no time if I lived there. The squarish 5-story school building is also in white. Through the white gate is a white schoolyard. The school is dead silent, and something foreign catches my eye. A red number floating on the rooftop of the school. 5. Meryl, what is that number on top of the school? Meryl! I don't know why, but for some reason that one sentence, that one statement, Meryl, what is that number on top of the school building, huh? That shows how many days are left until the year's final mock exam. It's painted in a menacing blood red. But detective, the number's white just like the rest of the school though? It's a distortion. Red liquid drips from the number sign. Are there any procedures for us outsiders to take before entering? There are, but I don't think anyone cares right now. When we enter the school building, a noise can be heard. Scritch, scratch. The noise grows louder and more frequent. Scritch, scratch, scritch, scratch, scritch, scratch, scritch, scratch. I don't have any paper near me. Dang it. Scritch, scratch, scribble, scritch, scratch, scribble, scritch, scratch, scribble, scritch, scratch, scribble, scritch, scratch, scribble. It hurts my head. What is this grating noise? It's the sound of students in each class solving problems on worksheets. They press the pencils against paper so hard when they write. I looked through the windows of a class designated 1-7. 40 students had their heads fixed inches above their desk, only their hands moving briskly. What do those students look like to you, detective? Amalgamations of numbers in school uniforms. Yeesh, that means the distortion has progressed by a lot, right? They're pretty much distorted already. What do you mean by distorted? That means the strange events you described are happening in real life. Something showed up from the end of the corridor. It was a moving wall, big enough to blockade the corridor completely. Warning, warning, students who do not study will face disciplinary action. Detective, it's a distortion. I can see it too. A formula is written on the wall, a distortion made of math problems. This world is never short of oddities, isn't it? This one seems to be a calculus problem. Wait, are we doing math? Yo, we're doing math! It's like Final Fantasy 14. It's like the lighthouse. All the people who don't know how to do simple math problems. Oh my god, that raid was great. No. Oh, Ezra, can you solve that problem for us? No. Why did I even bother asking? Accounting is the only kind of calculation she's good at. How about you, Meryl? Meryl! Well, I'm more of a humanities major. Behind us is a dead end. We have to break through anyhow. All we have to do is solve that math problem on the wall, but no one is up for it. Yo, show me the math problem! I want to try it! God, I haven't done calculus in a hot minute, though. Math sucks my life away. I like math. Guess it's up to me now. I took out my ballpoint pen and wrote down an answer on the approaching wall. Wrong answer! You will attend supplementary lessons now! Knew it. The wall pressed against us. So this is how it ends. I should get someone to be my assistant next time. My consciousness fades. Wait, did you just get crushed? When I woke up, I found myself sitting at a desk in a classroom, wearing the school's uniform. Students around me are still busy solving problems on the worksheets. How much time has passed? A red number 30 floats at the center of the class. The last one I saw read 5. Does that mean we traveled back to the past? Could this be a case of the distortion that can reverse the flow of time? A sudden burst of force pressed my head from behind. My face was slammed right into the desk. Solve the problems. An oppressive voice ordered me. Oh my gosh, she became a schoolgirl. I skimmed through the worksheet on my desk. 17. Blending 3 humans in a mixer generates 10 units of energy. Given these conditions, what is the optimal solution to dismember 2 humans to generate 15 units of energy? What? What? Blending 3 humans in a mixer generates 10 units of energy. Given these conditions, what is the optimal solution to dismember 2 humans to generate... Is this just like we can change anything's like cousin? What is this? What is the optimal solution to dismember 2 humans to generate 15 units of energy? Is that even possible? Blending 3 humans in a mixer. Dismember 2 humans. But 3 humans is only 10 units. How do you make 15 units out of 2 people then? Chil Su wants to be an artist. Chil Su wants to be an artist. The wing Chil Su has to go to does not need any artist. Given these conditions, how many dreams should Chil Su One, his own, I guess. There is a cube composed of minuscule humans. The cube factory must meet a certain quota each day. And mate, these are just prescripts at this problem. At this point. This is just prescripts. There's a cube composed of minuscule humans. The cube factory must meet a certain quota each day. An eyeball can be squeezed for a hexagon. When O is the outer center of the left eye, how many right eyes are needed to make a cube with side links that are 4 meters long? What is this? A distorted school giving out distorted problems. It must constantly print out meaningless problems that'll be solved without any significance. Welp, rip these students. They sure as hell aren't gonna graduate. Ooh, detective, I have no idea what any of these problems say. Wait, I just turned Ezra into Shaggy. Oh my god. Ezra's seat was right next to mine. God damn it, I can't stop thinking about that line of Shaggy now. She's looking at me, her face on the verge of tears. I barely lift my head and look at the number again. 17. So that was in minutes, not days. Let's wait until the exam starts. Just write down random things on the worksheet for now. Got it. By the time you realize you'll be restrained to a desk and with your dreams on the floor, you comply ice chain to the test. Oh, Flygon! Wait, Flygon! That's actually, wait, what? What? Wait, was Will of the City actually referencing this? By the time you realize you'll be restrained to a desk and with your dreams on the floor, you'll comply, your eyes chained to the test. Oh, it's time for another vendetta. God damn it, that song is too good. A voice could be heard again. You have 10 minutes until the mock exam starts. You must strive to solve as many problems as possible. This is all for the sake of your future. The problems you solve now will be weapons later in life. The number reached 0. Commencing the mock exam. With that announcement, the school crumbled. All that remained were the students on a white plain. Then a tall staircase rose from the middle of the field. A trophy was placed on top of it. The exam has begun. Wait, are we straight up battle royaling right now? Detective, is this Distortion too? Can't believe this. It seems it's time to update my information on the distortion phenomenon. Keep it together, detective. We gotta run for now. It appears that a massive world of its own can be created when the interests and desires of a large group of people coincide. Yo, it's a reality marble! This is my first time seeing a distortion occur at this scale. Mass distortion. This entire school is distorted. No, it's not the school building itself. Every student in it is distorted. All the students run toward the staircase, trying to climb up it. Some try to nail down the students ahead of them, while others push away the students behind them. The numbers add and subtract each other. They multiply and divide by each other. Decimal points pour out of their bodies. Mate, this scene, if they want to get an anime for this, this is the one scene that they need to make into a teaser. If they made this single scene where like there's a bunch of students just they're like walking numbers and stuff, subtracting and dividing and all that stuff from each other, running up a staircase trying to get this prize or whatever, this is basically what would cause them to become an anime. They would probably be kickstarted almost immediately if they did this right. If they got the right person to commission for this, or the right studio, this would definitely be the one. This scene. This is a war zone for a very vicious battle. A war where everyone recognizes each other as numbers. No other words are needed. In this scene of numerical violence, they must add to themselves and divide others. The problems they've solved so far become weapons to kill each other. When a student assaults another with numbers, the numbers on the victim's head falls off. The number students won't attack us. Perhaps lowly numbers sitting at the bottom of the staircase like us aren't worth their attention. Hey Fixers, I'm up here! Oh, hey Fixers, I'm up here! It's Meryl. Her distortion progressed much more in the short span of time we were separated from her. She was already halfway to the top of the stairs. Meryl, you should come back down here, Ezra yelled. Meryl, there's no reason to climb those stairs. This is a war, a gamble, fighting against each other with knowledge and grades on the line. If you don't climb the stairs, you'll be safe from it. No, I'll stay here. We all agreed on this to decide who gets to advance to the scholarship class, Meryl replied, killing other students. You're taking part of this massacre? I'm already halfway there, though. I can go farther. A 7 stuck Meryl's head out of nowhere. The number of Meryl's head scattered about as she fell to the floor. Thud, thud, thud. 7 stuck Meryl's head out of nowhere. Numbers of Meryl's head scattered about as she fell to... Oh. I think Meryl's dead, dude. Meryl! I can hear the sounds of numerous students hitting the floor. Then noises of students killing each other. Ezra has turned away from the sight, looking at the floor. I silently continued to watch the staircase. A student with a giant number for a head reached the top of the stairs at last. The exam is over! Knowledge and grades will be redistributed to students based on how high they are in the staircase. The top 20% will be designated as the scholarship class and receive the honor of representing our school. With a flash, the school returned to normal. The students were all on their seats as if nothing had happened. I could see Meryl among them. Meryl, are you alright? Ezra ran toward Meryl to check on her. Meryl gave us a blank stare, muttering meaningless words. She's had everything taken from her. That is absurd. It was a consequence of Meryl's own choice. There's no need for you to feel guilty about it. But let's just head back. We couldn't solve this distortion. We can't expect to solve every problem in the world. I took out my pipe from its inner coat pocket. Jesus. Grab some water real fast, although I think I'm pretty much done. Why are distorted people all so irrational? They're all too extreme. They distort because their minds are driven into a corner. That impatience leads to leaps in their logic. 40% of the school's graduates are said to be living in seclusion, having failed to enter any college. However, the scholarship class demonstrated an unprecedented amount of successful admissions to prestigious universities, bringing the school fame and many more inquiries for entrance. The students who have successfully climbed up the stairs killing each other will grow into the feathers of the wings. Fluttering those wings, the city soars. Any subscriptions or financial support will be greatly appreciated and allow for more content to be created. Meryl is a vegetable now, let's go! Oh man. Why wouldn't it work lore-wise? Wait, what? The thing is that the events of lore are already unfolding at the same time as this. There isn't enough time for Jan to leave the nest and join the index, becoming a messenger. There isn't enough time for Jan to leave the nest and join your way. We're talking about Jan now? What happened with Jan? I want a PM MMORPG, it would be cool. I don't think that would be able to work. It would probably be this, it wouldn't be, I think, as big as other MMOs. It really wouldn't. I would say the closest is probably the Shin Megami Tensei Online one, and that one was, yeah. I played the Shin Megami Tensei Online one. It was kind of, yeah, it was all right. I thought the aesthetic was cool and all. The music was awesome. I loved the music for it, but yeah. PM murder mystery game? That would just be a game with nothing there. Give us a PM tabletop RPG. You can make that yourself, to be honest. If you use one of the previous pre-made tabletops already, or the pre-established ones as a basis, like Shadowrun could be a good one. Well, Shadowrun is actually Shadowrun is kind of more ingrained into its own cyberpunk world, so maybe not that one. Like maybe Pathfinder, maybe. I mean, murder mystery with dating sim. That's literally just Danganronpa. The library is an urban legend right now. It's higher than an urban legend right now. I forget what the last one is called. It's some fancy schmancy French word. Baguette. In terms of tabletop RPG, maybe it wouldn't be too hard to do. Depends on how complicated you want it to be, really. I saw my friends play SMT Reimagined. Is that the MMO one? And I can say that's the biggest tutorial ever. They were at the beginning for 7+ hours. I don't remember how long it took me to Impurity Civitas. Yeah, that thing. No, I mean when DD was written. Oh, okay. So it was an urban legend when DD was written. Okay. Impuritas Civitas. Yeah. Original Cyberpunk manual, maybe with house rules and equipment, maybe? Yeah, you would have to probably take out a bit of the base equipment, or quite a few of the equipment in Cyberpunk. A lot of it could transition to the world of Project Moon, but some of it would probably have to be removed and added. You might have to add stuff yourself. From what we know is that people can augment their bodies to become stronger, which is that's very Blade Runner. Wait, not Blade Runner, Shadowrun. Shadowrun does that kind of thing. That's the MMO one. It's a private service since the original died, if I remembered right. Yeah, I played the original, like, when was that actually? I played it. It was a while back. You would have to replace it with workshop weapons. That's the one thing I'm wondering. I kind of wish we knew more about workshop weapons. Maybe Distortion Detective does go into detail about workshop weapons, because it does seem like they have their own unique things, considering Ezra would talk about the gloves. She would talk about her items in detail based on their titles, where they came from. They do? Awesome. I actually want to know more about these weapons. What I'm wondering though is what is Roland's uniqueness in terms of colored fixer? Because it seems as though his gloves have the ability to store multiple weapons. And is it just he's a colored fixer because he has so much, he is packing so much heat to handle multiple situations? Stealth kills and subtlety. Yeah, tell that when he went complete angry mode. He was managed to do a lot of damage when he was angry though. So it seems as though he does have some kind of raw strength. Roland's pissed, that's why he's special. Roland is just efficient. Yeah, that's how I see it. I think one of his specialties is just being he can adapt to the situation very, very well compared to most people, it seems. Because he has the gloves and it's just his own intuition. Jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, exactly. His adaptability is what helps him, was what made him become so powerful, as what made him go so high into a colored fixer. Argalia has vibrations, however mediocre that mechanic is. Well, we don't really know what the hell that even means, really. Like, lore-wise, we don't really know what it means. Mechanic-wise, we kind of do. From the sounds of it, it seems that Argalia can get in tune with someone's vibrations, and once he does that, he can do massive damage to someone. It seems that's what he does. He waits to get into someone's, he waits for somebody's weak point with vibrations. That's what I'm guessing is what Argalia does. This is this and that's that style of fighting. It stops projectiles as well. Oh, that is, well, I mean, projectiles isn't really that big of a thing in Project Moon World. I mean, actually, it does seem like it could be pretty strong against fairies. So, because fairies seem to be a ranged weapon. Oh, by the way, in the description, you imply that you're going to beat the reverb ensemble again, but you don't have to get the rewards. Wait, do I already have the rewards? Wait, I don't have to fight them again? Yeah, you already got, oh, cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I don't have to fight them again. If you beat the ensemble once, you get the rewards automatically. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I'll fight them again then, because I'm trying to beat the game with as little grinding as possible. Because I want to show you guys that you too can beat the game. Because I know some people are having a difficult time with Library of Ruina. So I want to show you guys that, yeah, it's not, you guys can definitely do it as well. You can beat the game. And if I'm able to beat it without that much grinding and my crappy key pages, then you too can do it. You get the rewards no matter how mediocre they are. Oh, they're not that great? We'll find. I'll find out though. Don't tell me how they are. Your decks are bad. Yeah, but I still manage though. That's all that matters. The pages are kind of though. Nice lore, however. Okay. Shout out to all those Prudence lists. I miss Lobotomy Corporation talk so much. Everybody's just like, manager, your Prudence. Or like, manager, I'm sending you to scarecrow duty. Oh my god, I love it. They're good, just generic. Okay. They don't have anything unique going on with them. Eileen is amazing though. Eileen of all people, really? The pages are mostly good, but yeah, they aren't especially interesting. Okay. I'm high on that wisdom, manager. Yeah, those are really great times. We need more smoke cards. Yes, Henri, thank you. I want more smoke. Where is the next vape card? I want vapor. I want something better than vapor. We got a new vape card? Yo, we got more smoke cards. Yeah, more smoke. Let's go. Oh my god, there's gonna be a smoke floor. I'm definitely gonna have to make a smoke floor. I really hope that we could do the same thing that we just did now with this fight and do it in another fight, because I really do like the fact that you have to use multiple floors. I mean, again, I still think the key lock thing, I think the key page lock thing still should be implemented. I really do. Only if they fix the grind. Only if they fix the grind for the game. So wait, it's been re-implemented? What did they implement back? What did they implement back? What did they do? It's locked to floors. The key page lock is implemented just in batches of floors. Oh, so like it depends on the the floors are like in 3 different branches, right? There's like 3 floors this one, 3 floors this one, 3 floors this one, right? So like you can only choose like when you choose this group of floors, the key pages are locked in that group of floors, but then when you go to another group of floors, the key pages are locked in there again. Oh my god, I'm tweaking out. It's locked to the respective groups, Asaya, Bria, Absoluth. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's awesome. Now you have to clear the layer to unlock the pages. It's kind of in the game, it's locked by layer now, so if you beat all the battles in the upper, middle, lower layer, you get them back. Also, you have to do it in 1 layer at a time. You can't jump around between layers. Okay, well that makes sense, because otherwise the key page lock mechanic would get a little janky. Once you beat all battles in the respective layer, you get the key pages back. Okay, that's I mean, I guess that works. Again, I'm totally down for that if they just fix the key. I would totally be down with the original key page lock mechanic if they just fixed the if they just fixed it, like the key page situation, like the grinding, the gotcha grind. So within a layer you can use them once, but once you beat the layer you get them back. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and that actually does sound a lot. It's a good middle ground, I would say. Definitely. He gets it, guys. We can stop saying the same thing now. Yeah. Lore-wise, the grind makes no sense. Well, no, lore-wise, of course. Sometimes game mechanics have to overlook lore-wise, lore stuff. Like, it's just that's just how games are. Gameplay has to be above lore and story. It's always going to be gameplay. It's going to be gameplay, art style, music, and then lore. That is how I see what a game should be made in terms of a priority. Prioritize gameplay first, then art style second, music third, and then lore fourth. You can't just pull The Last of Us. So, I mean, I personally actually I really like the multiplayer for The Last of Us, like the first one. I played The Last of Us multiplayer for the first one a lot. It's really fun, I think. The story for it's pretty cool. Gameplay is kind of just eh. It definitely does feel like a game where it's like, it mainly wanted to be a story rather than an actual game when you play the story mode. I mean, the story for The Last of Us 1 is actually pretty good, though. I enjoyed it. Talk about The Last of Us 2. I don't want to talk about Last of Us 2, though, HD. Sorry. Sorry, that's... What are you talking about? The Last of Us has no sequel. That's a good way to put it, Henri. What kind of bugs me, though, is that I heard that apparently God, is the multiplayer even happening for The Last of Us 2? Game Awards flashbacks, yeah. That Game Awards was a blast. That was actually really fun. Kind of want to rewatch that, actually. They did talk about the grind. Sometimes it produces just gibberish, other times it makes actual equipment. Oh, there's actually a lore thing for it, actually. When you kill someone, they turn into a book, but sometimes the book doesn't exactly turn out that well. And so you have to remake them and then rebook them. So you have to unbook them and then book them. Book them and then unbook them. Oh my gosh, that was actually a really fun. That was a really fun stream. You know that book saying that I keep thinking in my head. This was a saying that my friends used to do all the time when I played Yu-Gi-Oh a lot with a group of friends. Basically Book of Moon is a card that is very popular. It's still popular to this day, I believe, to use in decks. I think it's still a staple. And what it does is basically it forces a monster to turn face down. And whenever we would do that, whenever we would Book of Moon someone's monster, we would just be like, book him, and then unbook him, and then just flip it over in attack mode. Hey Zay, if we get Nugget was an urban nightmare. Wait, what? Hey Zay, if we get Nugget was an urban class, what class do you think we fit in? Nightmare or more? What? What, Ember? Hey Zay, if we Nugget. Hey Zay, if we Nugget was an urban class, what class do you think we fit in? Nightmare? Huh? Sorry, my spelling is trash. It's not the spelling. No worries, it's not the spelling, Ember. It's just some of the words need to be rearranged, so there needs to be some words redacted or added into that. I think it means if an L Corp employee was rated on the threat class. Oh, for lores on threat level. That is a... we would be pretty up there. Nuggets would definitely be up there depending on the EGO. Aleph EGO, easily up there with like probably the third highest. Third highest at least. If we Nuggets were an urban class, what class would we be? I'm actually already forgetting what the urban... Like Aleph EGO is probably like Star of the City right there. I think we had the real Mimicry though, pretty much, yeah. I think they were saying if chat was in lore, what grade would we be, like Nightmare or what? What, you guys all together? You would forget? Man, they're all like urban something, urban something, urban something, urban something. So it's like, it's kind of hard to like, the last ones are obviously easy to tell. Like the last two are Star of the City and then baguette words. So those ones are easy to remember, but a lot of them are like urban plague, urban nightmare, urban something, urban. So it's like, it's hard to put them in like in the right form or the right flow because it doesn't really, the names are kind of very specific. We would be cannered. Well, if you guys were without EGO, then yes, probably. Chat versus the red mist. Guys, you would be turned into literal red mist, just like her name applies. I'm not doing that to you. Or a mass distortion now, boys. What would we do though? What would our mass distortion be? I really want to do a drawing stream now where I draw the distortions that Ezra deals with in the way that... Hold on, wait. I'll show you guys what it'll look like. Let's see. Mika Eunice story. Where is it? Here it is. There it is. Oh my god. It would look exactly like this. Hold on. Give me a moment. This is what it would look like basically. This is a visual novel this is basically a visual novel story for a fighting game. And this is what her background looks like whenever her stuff shows up. This little girl, Mika, right here. Oh, she's so adorable. And this is how her background looks. Everybody else's background looks like this art style, basically. Beautiful cities and stuff. Very well drawn cities. Hers, freaking Crayola crayons. I'm imagining that's what Ezra's drawings would look like for the distortions. That's probably what they would look like. She's autistic? No, she's just very, very Genki, as they say. We shall gremlify all our enemies. Yeah, you just gang up on somebody, then they turn into a gremlin. F you, I'm shitposting my way to color rank. What color would you be? What color would a shitposter be? Enthusiastic? Yeah, sure. Yeah, that thing. She's adorable. She's my main in Eunice, though. What game is this? It's called Under Night. It's a fighting game. It's great. Is she the lolly with the big robot fist? I remember that game. Yes, she's the one with the giant gauntlets. It's great. Chat would willingly distort. I'm gonna distort. the brown beans. Beans are already brown though. Hold on. I need to change the live chat real fast because some of the chat's being disappeared. Oh man, I wonder what the heck else are they gonna deal with though. There's some pretty crazy distortions already. I kind of want to read the chapter names, but nah, I think I won't touch the chapter names. I want them to be a surprise. Even though I just read chapter 6's smoking pipe apparently. Whoops. I would just distort and turn into a gremlin and die instantly. I think the distortions really do just depend on what you truly want. Would Zay be the green Shota then? The white Shota? Like, wait, no, each of them are based on, their names are typically based on what they're specially known for. Like Red Mist, she turns people into a bloody pulp, into a mist. Blue Reverb, his main weapon is like some kind of music bullshit. I don't know. Purple Tear, why the hell is Purple Tear called Purple Tear? What the hell? Wait. Why is Purple Tear called Purple Tear? Oh, it's purple. Is it Purple Tear? It's not Tear, it's Tear. Tear in reality. Oh, it's Tear, not Tear. It's Tear. It's Tear. Okay. Wow. It's Tear. Because she goes to dimensions and shit. Okay. Her logo has a giant tear or tear. Charlie, which one are you saying? Vermilion Cross, pretty self-explanatory. Well, when you see him, yes, but I'm curious as to what he does exactly, though. We didn't exactly get to see his uniqueness. Does he just praise Jesus and beat people? Although the game depicts it as a teardrop. See, that's the weird part. It's a tears and a teardrop. Yeah, that's what I don't get. Is it a double play on words? He smacks people with a cross. Purple clothes, jumping dimensions. Well, that part's obvious, goat. God, imagine actually being like one of the most badass grade 1 fixers ever, but your clothing is blue, so you obviously can't become the blue fixer because blue reverb already exists. What do you do then? Do they do like a sub blue for you? Like a sub blue category? Are you just the Navy Falcon? Her son's fucking dead! Her son's dead! She's crying! Let's go! You become the Navy Falcon. Watson says it's like a teardrop. Oh, is it the dimension rift that she does? It's like a teardrop? Oh, okay. Vermilion isn't a base color after all. Yeah, that is true. Isn't if Vermilion's a purple or a blue, or Vermilion's a purple or red, isn't it? Vermilion. Oh, it is a red. Okay. Wait, that's literally, it's a red cross. Wait, did we just kill a red cross? Isn't that against the Geneva Convention? Are we in trouble? Oh! In Korean, it's orange. Oh, okay. Geneva suggestion. Angela! We just broke the Geneva Convention! Let's go! I thought about this a while ago, but there's probably a person who's just distorted into a pie. Nothing special about it, just a pie. Nobody ever realized the guy even distorted. Does it even exist at this point in the city? Probably not. They're like, yo, guns? Nah, the rules in the city are so weird, but they're so great. We committed war crimes, let's go! Well, it would apparently be against the Geneva Convention to have the Red Cross in a video game in the first place, so... Yeah, I remember hearing the news about that. It's so silly, so dumb. It's just a video game, relax. Hell yeah, war crimes. I can't believe Red Cross are getting so butthurt about something like that. I know you can't hurt the Red Cross in video games. Knowledge bad. Yeah. I'm honestly hoping that this doesn't just end with us defeating the head. Honestly, because then again, it's like, what do we... I want more PM. I want more Project Moon. We're getting more Project Moon, yes, but one of them sounds like a sequel and one of them sounds like it's happening in the middle of Library of Ruina. I kind of want to see more sequels. Because those ones would kind of be prequels, a bit-ish, sort of. And I want to see more of the forward, more ahead. You're in a color. What color and name do you think you would have? Well, it'd probably be green, for one. It really would depend. It would depend on what my... it would depend on what my... what my uniqueness would be. Because I mean, I guess I could probably talk about what my main thing wants to be for as a VTuber, and it's just I want to take on challenging stuff. I've said this before, I think, on stream. Pretty sure I have. A leaf shield, Zay? Well, I mean, my emblem would probably be the leaf that the emblem that I made earlier a while back. Let me see if I can find that real fast. This image actually, I still have this actually. I thought this was actually cute. This right here. The person who asked for help against Zhao. That was adorable. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I know my emblem would be this. Oh, sweet Jesus, Windows Explorer, please. Or File Explorer. Stop freezing on me, please. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, sweet Jesus, thing is massive. It's fucking massive, mate. Where'd it go? Yeah, my emblem would probably be this pretty much, which I will be using in the future. I'll be using this later, and you guys will see why. You guys will see on my live 2D debut in mid-April, somewhere around there. Red, blue, and vermilion aren't taken anymore, and probably black too. I think he's still alive. Red, well, people don't know Red Mist is dead or not, and if they see Gebura, they would probably just assume she's still alive. They would probably still call her Red Mist. Zay reception, someone did make me in Library of Ruina. I keep forgetting to add it as a key page. I kind of don't want to though, because I don't want to overwrite somebody else's nugget. Zay will distort it to 2D. Let's go. Roland got demoted though. Oh, that is true. So yeah, I guess black silence is actually up. The color black is actually up for business now. The fixers probably do whatever they want. Colored fixers, yeah, they kind of do just their own thing, really. And the head is just like, yeah, oh well. It's especially with seeing how Argalia is doing. What would you distort into? Me? A tree, probably. 10 years have passed since she was last seen, and people still know her. Maybe the name is tied to one person. The name, yes. The color, maybe. I would turn into an ent, which is just a living, walking tree. Oh god, I'm going to be the thing everybody hates in Lobotomy Corporation. Thanks for the answer. Wait, tree Zay fan art as it will arrive shortly. Thanks, Coop. Actually, I do actually have a I have a Twitter hashtag if you use Twitter. It's just ZET art. That's all it is. It's just Z art. How do distortions work against? How do you know what you'll turn into? It's kind of like an inner desire, pretty much. It's essentially like EGO, but in the wrong direction. EGO is like selfish and optimistic, whereas like distortion is like selfishness but pessimistic, I think. I think that's maybe a good way to sum it up. A good way to explain it. Well, maybe we'll find out more in Distortion Detective, as it's in the name, hint hint. I mean, if you guys have already read this, there's 33 chapters. I'm pretty sure we should know what a distortion is by then. If we're done with 33 chapters. It's the warm-hearted woodsman for you. No, no, my one weakness, please, no. I can see it. Why hasn't that become a comic yet? Where somebody it just shows a nugget sick and tired of the damn trees. So he just drags warm-hearted woodsman to the tree and the tree just starts sweating. EGO is hope and acceptance and selfishness. Remember, that was one of the biggest things that Angela kept pointing out for EGO. Distortion, however, is like pessimism, despair, and oh my god, we're doing Danganronpa now. Distortion is getting lost in the current. EGO is swimming against it. I mean, it seems like some of the EGO is kind of like swimming with it, but it's like rolling with the punches, though. It's like Darkest Dungeon, pretty much. Positive and negative emotional breaks. Yeah, it's definitely a whole mental state. It's crazy. And it makes sense too, because it really does seem like living in that city, it would be very hard to manifest your EGO in that city. It's a very unoptimistic environment living in that world. Selfishness is a feeling of self, not just it's only me. Well, it's doing what you want. Doing what you truly want, basically. Like, I'm essentially living what I want to do, is I want to stream and entertain you guys, and it seems to be working. I'm really glad you guys actually stopped by to listen to me read Distortion Detective, which is actually really cool. I can't stop thinking about the camera monster in Evil Within, though, because of chapter 2 or 3. I forget what chapter it is already. Which chapter was the picture Burwet? Chapter 5, mock exam, an unwelcome guest. The photographer, yeah, it was chapter 3. Yeah, I can't stop thinking about that picture monster from Evil Within 2. It is possible to use someone else's EGO, if I recall correctly, but it's dangerous and less strong. That does make a little sense. I remember Gebet and Lobko saying that the more you use EGO from an abnormality, the stronger it gets, because you get more used to it and it starts to tie in with you. Like their suits start talking to them and stuff. It's crazy. So that does make sense, because your EGO is your own thing. It's more fitted for you. Oh, when the camera monster was taking pic, he did black damage. What, a Distortion Detective? Did he? I guess that makes sense. Yeah. I forgot what black damage was specifically, actually. Red is physical. White damage is mental. Pale damage is one's being, like one's soul, pretty much. What is black damage again? I want to see Philip's full EGO. I think it would be pretty cool. Black is just a combination of body and mind. I remember black damage does both blue and red damage. Black is red plus white, I think. Well, game-wise, yeah. I thought there was something more to black damage than it just being literally just black and white at the same time. Black damage felt like thorn is stabbing into your body and mind. Oh, that does make sense too, because whenever you take black damage inside of a room when you're training on an abnormality in Lobotomy Corporation, it shows black spikes popping out and stuff. It describes as being like thorns, which is how Moses described it. Okay. The colors is just a representation. Well, yeah, so far they've had 4 different types of damage to themselves. And it seems like they categorize them in different colors to make it easier for people to understand. Which is why we got white, black, red, and pale damage. So red is just pure physical, of course. White is just mental, of course. Those ones are easy to remember. Blue is basically one soul or one self. And then black is just both. Pale is just blue, yeah. Did they describe how it feels though? Did they describe how it feels? So black is just like thorn prickly feelings. Pale damage would probably be like you just losing all motivation. Are we all taking pale damage right now then? Pale damage feels like dying. Moses 2021. What a great quote. Pale damage shaves away the soul. Yeah. Pale just makes you numb and weak. That just sounds like having no motivations. Red is obviously you get hit physically. Pale feels like blue flavor popsicle. That's blueberry, but they basically. Okay. I think I should probably tie up the streams now because we did 5 chapters and I think next week is probably going to be, well, wait, today's Sunday, so next week. This coming Friday is going to most likely be Library of Ruina with Slay the Spire, or Slay the Spire Library of Ruina mod. That's probably what this Friday is going to be. But for now, this is, we're done for now though. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. I appreciate all you who watch me and everybody who donates. Hopefully you guys will be there for the other streams, and I appreciate you guys so much. You guys take care, okay? Bye.
The game's over.